This is Lighthouse Leadership, where we talk about what it actually takes to lead people and scale a company. I'm Meg, leadership facilitator, strategist, and the person founders bring in when growth starts to get messy. After working inside hundreds of businesses from early stage teams to multi-million dollar companies, I've seen one thing over and over again. Your business doesn't grow because you work harder. It grows because you learn how to lead. Lead people, lead decisions, lead yourself, especially when things aren't clear. This space is for real operators, the ones in it, not watching from the sidelines. We're talking team breakdowns, hard decisions, blind spots, and the moments where leadership actually matters. Because most of the time, it's not obvious. Think of this podcast like your external perspective, the thing that helps you see what you can't see from the inside of your business. So if you're building a team, scaling something real, and you want to lead it better, you're in the right place. Let's go. Hello, Lighthouse leaders. Today, I am recording this episode from inside of Heartbreak, not after it. I don't have the pretty little bow yet, the full lesson to give you. I don't have it fully articulated. And that's actually why I wanted to record it. You can also tell I'm in a different environment today because when you are dealing with heartbreak, one of the things that can really be supportive is your environment. So, lesson number one, allow yourself to be supported through your environment. So, today I get to look at my garden, I get to feel the summer sun underneath some shade, and I get to come in here and be raw and real and very authentic with you as I show up as a leader while dealing with heartbreak. And the core question that I have been asking myself, and by the way, this has been going on for a while behind the scenes. And by the time that this episode is actually published, it'll be like, who knows how long ago? But the core question that I've been asking myself while moving through this very deep pain is, how do I lead with integrity while I am so, so sad? Because the truth is, as a leader, you can't always give all the information that is creating these deep feelings within you. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So, how do you lead with integrity? How do you lead with authenticity as you're going through things that some of it has to be behind closed doors? And so that's what we're going to dig into today. One of the misconceptions that I have heard about leadership as I've worked with so many different businesses and clients is that leaders have it all figured out. That leaders have their life together, they're leading from a regulated place, they're well resourced, they're objective. And the truth is that leaders are human. Sometimes you're making big decisions about payroll, parenting, serving clients, customers, making decisions and holding other humans while your own heart is breaking. And I think this is a real life conversation that I wanted to bring to us today. So, a couple of things that I have realized throughout this process is number one, allow yourself to feel. So often as leaders, because your time is precious. It's like, I don't have time to sit in the suck. And that's okay. You can totally move forward. But you don't just move forward when your heart's broken. So there's a difference. There is a difference between feeling sad, feeling big emotions, and actually being heartbroken. And so allowing yourself the space to feel that in a safe environment. And I mean, I highly recommend having a licensed therapist, someone with, those certifications to hold you. Of course, we want our family to be able to hold us and our friends. And if you're really deep in it while also trying to lead people, I definitely highly recommend having a trained professional to hold space for you. And I recommend this even if you aren't going through heartbreak. This is such an important part of your team as a leader. Um, but allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to be resourced with tools to move through it. This can be one of the hardest parts for leaders. If you've been leading for a while, it can be really uncomfortable to ask for help. And I want to break that stigma in this conversation and in many others. When you're feeling, so that's number one, allow yourself to be resourced, allow yourself to feel the pain. What's true about the emotional landscape, and this is science, is that if you just brush past it, it will come back. I'll recommend The Body Keeps the Score as a light read for any of you that are curious about this topic. The body holds on to pain, pleasure, excitement, love, all of the things. It holds on to those. So if you don't take the time to feel this now, you will feel it later. And later can be even more detrimental. So feel the feels. Take space for yourself. Give yourself the emotional resources you need if you're also going through a big heartbreak. And guys, just to say this, every time I say that word, I almost cry. So you may see tears come out today, you may not. Either way, I'm just showing up completely authentically. Number two, sip. Again, allow yourself to be resourced, right? Number two is that it's okay to be uncertain. That is something that I have had to give myself a lot of permission on lately. It's okay to be uncertain. It is okay to tell your team, your people, I don't know yet. I will get back to you. That's okay. And it's okay to make sure that you have what you need to support you in making those decisions. Again, this really means that you get to take the time to move through your emotions. This is, I cannot stress that enough. The core foundation of being a leader while going through something extremely difficult in your own life is you have to feel it. Nobody wants to hear that. No one likes that. And now, no one likes that. And I have seen people that zip right along. But the thing is they're processing somewhere in the background. Allow yourself to process. So, I don't know is a perfectly acceptable response. I don't know yet is a perfectly acceptable response as you're making decisions in the midst of feeling heartbroken. Here's another big one I've been dealing with. Personally, on a personal level, I'll tell you a little bit of some of what's going on. What has gone on in the background is actually asking me to really consider what is my identity? What is it that I want to create next? What do I want to lead? What is the movement? What is the next step? And I always describe leadership as really being that person that is so honest, so true to their own values that people will follow you into the fog. If you're a leader, you're like, here I go, don't know where I'm going, but we're going. And you may find that you change your mind along that journey. You can change your mind without being unreliable. This one's really relevant to me right now because what I've been working through is that leadership isn't stubbornly executing yesterday's strategy just because you made it yesterday or because you announced it publicly. New information is allowed to come in and change the plans. It is really about how you communicate it. That's the important part. When we hold on so tightly to something just because it worked or just because it sounded fun and now there's new information, you get to change the plan and it does not make you unreliable. Now, these are really broad concepts, and of course, depending on your particular business, your particular place in the leadership team, some of these may require further discussion. And so, as always, I love actually connecting with each and every one of you. So please reach out if you're like, I disagree, Meg, or I would like to know more about this piece that really hit home for me. Always open to conversation. Another piece, and this is kind of along the same wavelength of being resourced. And I believe this is one that is always needed for leaders. You get to have support even when other people are relying on you. At the heart of who I am, that is so important. People need people. We do not heal, especially from heartbreak. We do not heal alone. Because you may be going through a lot of different motions, giving yourself tools, processing, doing all of the things, talking to a therapist. But if you're still trying to do everything alone, that's not really being a leader. And in fact, you won't know what cracks are still there until you get into connection with another person. And here's what's so beautiful about cracks. They let your light shine through. They really let your light shine through. Leadership is not being the least needy person in every room. And over this season, I have been leaning in very heavily to actually one of my lifelong best friends, and she has been a rock for me. Find the people who can be support systems for you. And what's been so amazing in this particular part of my journey as well is how many people have kind of shown up out of the woodworks just to see if there's any ways that they can support me, and they don't even know what's going on. It's like, in fact, if you know me on a personal level, you know that receiving songs, like links to songs, is a part of my love language. And one of my very new friends sent me a song about a week ago, and I heard it, and it just brought me back into this powerful place. She didn't even know what was going on. People actually really want to support you. And it can be hard to let people in all the way. And sometimes you don't need to let people in all the way in order to still be supported. So, if you are watching this episode, I'm certain that you are going through some of your own heartbreak, your own tough seasons. And number one, I want you to know that I see you. And number two, I want you to know that people care. I am one of them. People care about you. And heartbreak changes your capacity. It changes what you are able to hold in that moment, whatever you're grieving. Whatever you're grieving, whether it's a relationship, the loss of someone or something, could be so many things all coming in at once. And this literally, quite literally, I've said this already, but this quite literally changes who you are at your core when you are actually grieving. And grief is so big. It's so big. If you have ever experienced it or you're experiencing it right now, it's so big and it takes up such a large capacity of who you are. And this shifts who you are. So two things, really two things. If you take two things from this episode, is number one, allow yourself to be supported and process what's happening. And number two, keep rowing into the fog. You will find your way. If you're in a foggy season, keep rowing. You don't have to push harder. You don't have to find the perfect strategy. You don't have to build something new or be constantly generating. Maybe you start accepting more referrals. Maybe you delegate. Maybe you collaborate. Maybe you let someone open a door and send you a song that brings you back into that powerful place, that place of true personal power that you have. You have that inside of you. If you know anything about me or about Abundance Uprising, we row together and we leave space for humanness. If you need to be held, carried, rowed alongside for a little while, you have a home here. A couple of final thoughts. I'm sort of just riffing around here. I've never looked at a leader who has it perfectly put together and is always just bright and shiny. I've never seen that person necessarily as a leader. They might be a hope dealer. They might be a human holder. They might be an inspiring individual. But the people that I've always seen as leaders have been people that show up honestly in all of their seasons. The people who share what's going on behind the curtain to the extent that they're able to. And normally here, I would say, here's a beautiful lesson on what heartbreak has taught me about leadership. But like I said before, I don't have it perfectly articulated. I don't have it in a pretty little package for you. Today, I know that I'm still holding some sadness, that I'm still responsible for my life, that I can go into the fog. I'm responsible for the people that I serve. And being sad doesn't take away the fact that I'm still a leader. If you're going through that, it doesn't take it away from you either. So the next time that you start feeling like, oh, I should do this or I should do that, I want to ask, I want to tell you this. Leadership doesn't ask you to transcend the human experience. Leadership asks you to live it, to learn the lessons and share with those who are walking maybe behind you or beside you. So you can continue to hand off these beautiful pieces that you've embodied through your own work. And with that, I truly, truly appreciate and love every single one of you that's here. I see you. And if you need any support, all you have to do is reach out. I believe in you. Let's keep rowing into the fog together.